Hey, what is going on, everyone? Aliens, degen freaks, guys, gals, all the people in the world of crypto. I hope you guys are doing well on this hump day, this Wednesday. So let's see. I can hear myself in the stream. Okay. All right. What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are doing well. Leave a thumbs up in the chat. Leave a flag in the chat. We're going to be getting into the recent crypto news. There's all kinds of stuff to keep up with in the crypto markets here. We have the people in Gala Games, the director and the CEO in a lawsuit. We had the biggest crypto casino get hacked for $41 million. We have the dollar, the Dixie actually gaining strength, which is correlating with Bitcoin actually losing strength. How does that correlate with the entire crypto market, the entire economics market? We're going to get into all that. We're going to get into the altcoins. And I have a very, very special guest right in the waiting room. And we're going to bring him in right now. What's going on, man? What's going on, Chiari? Mr. Crypto
How's it going,
Bliss.
Dano? Yeah, how are you doing over there today?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. So finally, we are having a successful Zoom guest live stream. So yeah, I think the last time I tried to do this, I failed miserably. So now I think we're doing a full successful live stream here. So it's good. I think we're going to do this more often. We're going to have live guests and have good conversations. And it's an opportunity for us to hang out, ask questions, and just, shoot the shit live.
Exactly, because that's the best and most fun part about it, because here you get to ask in the moment what it is that you want to actually know, community. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channels down below. Make sure you're subscribed to Dano, to Crypto Bliss. Make sure you are liking the video so that we can spread this crypto love, this crypto news, and this crypto passion that we both share for you guys. So thanks for being here with us today on the live stream.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, well said, man. Well said. Oh man, okay, so I think you're gonna have to be my co-host for these live streams. So just so you guys know, me and Crypto Bliss, we kind of started our channels at the same time, about almost the same time. I think about 2 years ago, I'd say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
exactly.
and we had kind of our videos where they're doing okay. And you could notice that if you look way back, you look at our thumbnails and our viewership, and it's had a pretty steady growth now. So I'd say now we're almost at 1,000. So you guys could do us a super solid and get us both to over 1,000 subscribers, and also get this particular live stream up to over 100 likes, maybe even 300 likes, a nice number 3. And I think we can do that. So, Chiari, so I've noticed you've been posting a lot about altcoins, and you've been doing some deep dives into some different projects. So, if you want to share with my community some projects that we should keep our eye on for this next bull run, because I feel like right now we're in this depression phase. People are like getting faked out. They're thinking that Bitcoin is gonna go up. It gets rejected. We keep hitting these, different support levels from previous pumps, but then right when we hit those, we're getting rejected. So the sentiment for Bitcoin holding strength, especially since it fell off its trend line, what do you think people can fill their bags with to get ready for that next move?
That's incredible. I love shilling coins to the community, but of course, to the community out there, you guys must know that this is not financial advice.
Yeah,
you
of course.
just need to know what it is that we're doing personally, and the things that we share on our communities and with our communities on the channel are the things that we're doing by investing in these particular projects. So I would like to, Dana, I've actually been going through a crazy edit on this one video that I've been doing. So it hasn't been launched yet, but it's okay. I'm going to give the viewers a little bit of a sneaky taste of this one. Basically, let's look at two altcoins. One we all very well know is called Veracity. Can I share my screen with you?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'd love to show you some stuff that I got going on here for us. It's over here, so share that one. Okay, so first coin that I wanted to share with you guys is Alchemy. So Sorry, Veracity. So
Yeah,
Veracity,
Veracity. Yeah, that's a good one.
you guys know, here's the all-time high up here. So that is at about 86 cents. So what you want to see here is that we're seeing Veracity right now. If we have a very, very close look, you know, you can see how far I'm actually having to stretch the screen out here to get a very clear picture. But
Yeah,
right now,
and you're on the weekly there,
I'm on the weekly on top
weekly
of it.
time frame. Yeah, so it looks like you're kind of in a descending, descending triangle pattern there.
Absolutely. You can see that these highs have each of them, they've gotten lower and lower, but yet we have not yet broken this low here. So that low here in conjunction with this RSI is giving me a strong indication at this long-term level of support right here seems to be holding. So if we were to basically pull down at all on this coin, we might see something like this towards this level, and then perhaps a little bit of a bounce off of that level. I think that's the most we'll see as a low on Veracity. I actually bought some more Veracity this morning. I bought myself a couple $100 of Veracity this morning because on the weekly time frame, we are certainly resetting on this RSI. The monthly, the 3-day, the daily, we're all pretty much looking like we're down at the bottom. So it seems to be telling me that we are looking much, much stronger on Veracity right now. So the second coin that I wanted to share with you, and in conjunction with this particular Veracity, so Veracity and another company in the ad tech space called Alchemy. I don't know if you've heard of Alchemy before.
Let's see it. Oh, that's spelled interesting. No, I haven't.
You haven't. Okay. You should definitely have a little bit of a look at this. So Alchemy and Veracity have basically partnered up to tackle fraud and ad spend within the digital ad space. Now, with Web3 obviously growing and Ethereum and other layer ones that are tackling the Web3 narrative, these are particular coins where a substantial amount of digital value will be coming into the space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at digital ad spend and where it is, 80% of the ad spend through research that I did is through Web 2 at the moment. So where do we believe that money is going to be going? Well, they said by 2033 that it would see about a $1.5 trillion market cap for digital ad spend. But I personally think that could be a lot more because we're already close to the 1 trillion mark this year. So we're pretty deep into that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're reminding me of something that I found. It was a Binance Smart Chain project, and I don't know if it's still around, but at least it was teasing the idea and the potential of what a digital ad space could do. And what it was specifically, it was geared towards gaming. So if you're in a metaverse and you were walking around in the metaverse, you would see digital billboards. And then you could have a contract to have your digital billboard, so it's very Blade Runner, like you're walking around in the metaverse and, it's this kind of Neo city and, you see, an ad for, some kind of crypto, either a crypto project, or it could be something that's in the physical world that is directing you to like a certain spot or hotel. So we're definitely going to see that. And I don't know if you've been thinking about this, but with the metaverse and WorldCoin, eye scanning, digital assets, digital ownership, do you ever think of Minority Report?
All the time.
I've been reminded of that movie so much recently, and it's because of the way, if you remember when, when Tom Cruise was walking around, his character's walking around the city, he just got his eyes changed and he didn't want to get scanned because he would get caught. He had to do this eye surgery, this whole thing, and how the ads worked. And when you're walking around the in the mall or whatever, it would specifically scan your eye and say, Mr. Blah, 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 you should come in the store and, to experience this. And it's very detailed towards your virtual identity and your eye scan. So I think it's probably even going to go even further than that in the next 10 years, where it's going to be almost like your entire physical identity is going to be completely digitized in a sense, to where it's almost like a carbon copy of what you own in the physical world will be in the digital world. What do you think?
I think that's incredible. Actually, my youngest brother is going on 17 in November, and his school is just across the road here. And anyways, to cut a long story short, the conversation that ended up happening last night was about Web3 and exactly what we've just described, or what you've just described there. But basically, what she was saying is that Crocs, the shoe brand company, the Crocs, they basically have gone into the metaverse, and they're charging in South African, it's about $15 worth, but they're charging $15 to have digital Crocs. And the mother's response to that statement was, why would I spend $15 on digital Crocs that we're not even going to wear, but you can buy that in person and wear that for the same price? So it's a very good question, right? I mean, where is the value coming in the purchase of that digital asset, Dano?
I think the value, it's you don't want to overcomplicate it. It's very simple. And I saw it in something with my daughter. She is currently using ABC Mouse. And that is something where you get rewarded when you do activities and you do assignments, you get tickets. And those tickets have a value inside ABC Mouse to purchase things, like things for your room or for your hamster or whatever. So for my daughter, that's value. and it's hilarious, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And so that's exactly how everything is going to start to, it's kind of gamified. Everything is going to be tokenized, and people are going to put a store of value in something, whether it be a network or a system, because you're going to get rewarded for it. With the NFT market, there's all kinds of different incentives that I think are going to bring value to this type of ecosystem. I mean, it's just endless, because we're really just we are super early, but we're not early enough where there aren't like billion-dollar companies that are investing in this and knowing that that's where we're going, Yeah.
So I would like to then, with that statement that you just made, what do you think a company like Veracity is? Do you believe that they're an actual company that are there to fulfill a specific value purpose in global economics? Or do you believe that it's just another kind of like a scam thing where it's a pyramid scheme? What do you think crypto brings? How do you think crypto brings value as a business to economics?
So what's interesting about crypto is that a lot of the idea of it is decentralized. So, you have companies that are operating in different niches. You have gaming, you have protocols that are mainly for either swapping tokens or earning yield. And so the whole thing of it is being able to move in between, coins and different things freely. So in that sense, it's completely different than our traditional banking system. So when you get into crypto, you have to learn a new system. It's not like, oh, I'm going to go and go to my bank teller. I'm going to say I need to transfer this money, or I'm going to take it out, and now I have to go and get it into a different bank if I want to send money to a specific person. Yes, you can do it now with Venmo and things like that, but you still are required to have a bank account to be able to even get that money into the Venmo. So, and then it's still the same thing with crypto. You have to have a debit card, and you can get kind of as far away from a bank as you can, but you're still having to be in the system to be able to use, USD or whatever currency you're using to get into the crypto ecosystem. But with the projects, I think it all depends on the project, because we do see scams, we see rug pulls, we see projects that are the top operating projects like Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, Polygon. We see projects that are really actually working hard to be to be the companies that are wanting to be looked at in the world that crypto isn't a scam, that it's actually something that you would want to invest your money in. And especially if you are a forward thinking company like these Fortune 500 companies that are knowing that we have to get involved into Web3. So then that's kind of how you can decipher between like, okay, are these companies worth investing in? But at the same time, it's all depends on what you're into as well. So, because crypto goes as far as NFTs to just holding Bitcoin,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay. So would you then agree to, I mean, you can obviously say what you need to, but would you say that the tokens would hold the same sort of value as you holding the physical stocks of, say, Apple? Would you say that they are similar to that?
So it's not similar because you can't send your stock to a different wallet or try and transfer it or do anything with it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what crypto is for. So this is why I think, these big companies are probably going to end up tokenizing their stocks in some way. And so, and I've heard this before, you hear about the guys who are in these firms and in these in these institutions, and they've been in the markets, they've been in doing hedge funds and different things, and so they understand the markets and they know where the big money is going, and they understand that these companies are going to tokenize a part of their company, whether it be through NFTs or whether it be through actually linking tokenization through some type of smart contract platform with the stock market. Because the stock market, obviously, it's been updated, and I'm not very knowledgeable about exactly how from the origins of the stock market to how it is now and how much it's expand. I'm sure there's been so many different like upgrades and different things that have made market makers and different price points like be more efficient and things like that because everything has been digitized. So I wonder when that actually is going to switch, and then the tokenization of certain stocks like Tesla, Apple, and Amazon are probably the three companies that are going to announce that, hey, we've implemented some kind of thing where we have it's a token, but this is where the SEC comes in and the regulations and all of that. And then that's a whole nother thing where I think there's going to be some push and pull, but at the same time, you got to think about with regulation, there's what's happening right now with all the cases there's Binance, there's Coinbase, there's gosh, who else? I mean, because the SEC has been, Gary Gensler's just been firing off that gun and just basically, suing everyone. So XRP, yeah, it's the the big one, but we're at the same time getting good news with all these cases, but yeah, it's just sometimes a little convoluted. And I think that's why people, even me talking about it, I'm like, I get a little confused because there's so much going on that it's sometimes a little hard to follow. But I think that tokenization is just going to be a thing. It's just totally going to be a thing.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you, Dano. Guys, if you are enjoying the live stream so far, make sure that you are smashing the thumbs up on the live stream. That would be gratefully appreciated. And
yes,
make
100%.
sure that if you're not subscribed and are watching, subscribe already. What are you waiting for? Listen to the information that is coming out here for you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying that today. So Dano, you wanted to touch base on some of the, bringing the SEC and the way that the SEC is convoluting their, their court cases, and they're really like just pushing back at the crypto space. What are your views on what happened with Gala and, obviously that circumstance there?
So I haven't dived too much into the Gala. I've basically just heard it from where it broke from all the different, crypto influencers and crypto journalists, basically. So the thing that I have, just found out now is that, Gala Games co-founders sue each other over allegedly corporate waste, 130 million theft. So the co-founders, I think one of them was the director. Apparently company director, right? Thurston stole 130 million in Gala tokens back in 2021 through his company, True North United Investments, which owns about 45% of Gala. So that's a big portion of the supply. So I think what is interesting is that so this is reminding me about BitBoy Crypto and kind of different organizations and different things and how your companies are run. So a lot of people were like confused about BitBoy and how they were like, how could he be thrown from his own channel? Well, maybe he didn't own all of the channel. Maybe he didn't, maybe the way they had their business run, he wasn't the full 100% owner. So he, so it's, and you got to think about when these crypto projects start, there's developers, there's co-owners, there's it might be investors that are investing in hopes of a return, with the return on their investment. Of course, it's like most of these projects are going to have this seed money, and so there's probably a lot that happens in terms of when a project starts, who's going to own what's the supply is going to go where, how much is going to be locked up. So I think what happens is things start rolling and money starts coming in and they're like, woo, and they start like, and I think, and then the bear market happens and they're like, we want our money back. So I think it's hilarious. It's, so I think a lot of the times we just see, I think what we're seeing is just like mistakes that are being made, by these people who have these companies, and we see it come out, and it does affect the people who are investing in these projects, because Gala was pumping, and Gala has probably the best reputation in the crypto gaming space, where they're the guys who started Zynga, right? Yeah. So, I mean, that's huge. Facebook Farmville. I mean, that back in the day, that was all like that was, people were on Facebook to play Farmville. Do you guys remember that? I mean, back like stuff. Yeah, and we would be making fun of that right now. People were on their computers are now playing Farmville, but now we actually have people more so now playing crypto casinos now, and that's where we're going to get into the other news with stake.com being hacked. Either they were really hacked or they were hacked for $41 million. So what do you think about that?
So I must say, I haven't actually seen too much information on that particular article. I just saw a headline. I skimmed through that particular article. But from what I understand is that it was something along the same lines as a bridge hack from what I understood. I might be wrong.
And those happen a lot, these bridge hacks.
Exactly. And that kind of stuff has been happening quite a frequent amount in the crypto space. And this is where some of the layer ones aren't wanting to bridge anymore. They're wanting to find other solutions to onboarding crypto companies that can really just bring forth a lot of relief of those mistakes through the bridging platforms. What do you got up there? This
was just a day ago. So yeah, stake.com, the world's largest crypto casino, has suffered a hack that resulted in a 41.3 million loss. The platform has suspended all deposits and withdrawals, leaving many users unable to access their funds. So that's what I did not know. I did not know that they suspended deposits and withdrawals. And that can happen fast, guys. So that happened with me with Voyager. I had, a few $1,000s in Voyager, and I was getting some tips like from people like George, Cryptos R Us. They were kind of like, I think Voyager might be the next one to start going down. And I was like, no, I didn't think so. And sure enough, I think it was like maybe a week later, I'd opened up my app and it said, we are currently down at the moment. And I was like, oh no. And you just start thinking, oh, really? Did this just happen to me? I just got Celsius, so
you also got whacked by Celsius, right?
No, I wasn't in so my first platform that I really just that I picked was Voyager. I liked how I just liked how the user interface was. It just worked for me for someone who was new in the space. And so it was like that and crypto.com, but I ended up putting more money into Voyager, which was just a bad move for me. if I would have put it all in crypto.com, I would still have it.
It's
Crypto.com.
amazing.
I mean, it was just, and it could be as simple as that, but that just is a lesson for you guys. And this is why I talk about this stuff, is that, you know, it's not good to have your crypto all in one place. You know, you have to have it diversified into different wallets. You don't want it, and especially you don't want it all in on an exchange. And especially you want to pick an exchange that it's easy to get the crypto in and out. Like a lot of some of the crypto coins that I was holding, they didn't have the ability to withdraw or deposit. So it was only certain ones like the main networks that you could, but that's not the case when you're using big exchanges like, you know, Mexi or Bybit or Coinbase. You know, most of them can send all of the coins out. So it's pretty ridiculous. So I ended up, you know, learning the hard way. But
I
so
feel
it's
you, man.
yeah. So this is a tweet. So AI powered system has detected multiple suspicious transactions with stake. Okay, so looked like all the stable coins are converted to ETH and distributed to different. Okay, so that's interesting. So the majority of the stolen funds were drained from stake.com's hot wallet on the Binance Smart Chain, accounting for 17.8 million. Among the remaining funds, 15.7 million were withdrawn on Ethereum, with the final 7.8 million taken on Polygon, according to the Web3 Security Agency.
Wow,
Man.
sure.
Okay, so there's another crypto casino that is gaining a lot of traction, and it's Rollbit. So I see this. I use Morales Money, and basically, I mean, Rollbit is always on this list. You go to the Token Explorer, look right there. It's always there. It has great buyer volume. It always has buyers, experienced buyers. It's got some of the most experienced buyers. And if you guys haven't used this Web3 application, you have to connect your wallet. You can use MetaMask. I think there's a couple different wallets you can use. I think you can use Wallet Connect too, so then you can use it through different platforms. But this is to where you can see what people are buying. So I love using this. It's something great that you can just see. You know, people are always asking, "Oh, what's the next 100x?" Blah blah blah. This is how you can find it. You can actually see what people are buying. It doesn't mean that it's something that you need to be buying and holding long term, but it's something that it could be trade opportunities. It could be just something that you see on this list constantly. And you're like, okay, I've seen this on here and it's got a good score. Like, for instance, Rocket Pool. Rocket Pool is just another protocol to be able to stake your Ethereum. Shares .finance is something I think is fairly new, so you can see what's coming up new. But yeah, Rollbit is the same. It's a crypto casino. And what do you think about these? Do you think this is gonna become? And you look at the chart too, and it's a solid chart. It really hasn't done any major dumps. The chart looks good. I mean, the chart looks amazing.
Chart looks insane. That looks like a continuation pattern right there. I mean, it looks like we've just hit third phase. We got seven phases at least, right?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you could imagine that when the market starts crushing it and more money starts coming in, and you know, if something like this is gaining strength and popularity, I mean, it's already on an uptrend line. So yeah, what do you think about crypto casinos, crypto gaming, or, you know, things like this? You think they're gonna keep going?
You know what? I think they are 100% going to keep going. I think that crypto casinos are going to be a huge way that people gamble. I think especially if we get a second wave of we know what, we could see some crazy stuff coming out. And yeah, you know, if there are any sort of restrictions that are imposed, people won't be able to go and gamble in casinos, and they'll want to find a place where they can do it quite effectively without, you know, being slammed by the casino, the dealers at the casino. And this is the kind of place. But you know, at the end of the day, I think gambling is a crazy thing. You may as well just put your money into crypto and be patient and wait. If you're going to throw a gamble, right? But at the end of the day, you know, each person has their little thing that they love. People like you and I and the community watching this, we love to invest that kind of liquidity into specific projects. And I do think that the casino like cryptocurrencies will definitely explode into the future, especially because more and more stuff is coming onto Web3 and digital based. So I think, yeah, a heck load more will come. And I think Rollbit's an incredible project. I think it's got a lot of long legs ahead of it as well.
Yeah, definitely a long road. And then I think the thing that these projects they need to watch out for is their security. They really have to make sure that they're pretty tight. And I think even big projects that have way more liquidity are getting hacked. As for stake, so I think there's got to be something that they can do different to make sure that they can protect their companies. So that's
I need to ask you something though, but everything that's been going on with BitBoy Crypto and the BitBoy channel, everything that has been happening there, what is the irony that stake gets whacked a couple days after the whole BitBoy the whole BitBoy scandal that's busy going on, and then they of course accept him back? What are your views there? Because I mean, they heavily promote stake, and in my personal view, and I love BitBoy crypto channel, but personally, I've slowed down on watching it because I don't dig those ads that keep popping up on their channel. I think if you want to give sponsorship, there's a different way to do it. But they force your viewers to watch it, and I wouldn't like to watch that stuff. It's a waste of my personal time, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I had the similar opinion. I don't have anything against Ben Armstrong or the BitBoy Crypto or that team, but definitely, when you start to get into a different kind of realm of popularity or viewership or whatever it may be, they start taking on these ads. They probably got a really good contract with Stake. So they were like, hey, but part of your contract, you have to play these ads in every single video. And they probably got paid a lot of money to do it. So, and with that, it's not like they were like, I doubt it was the team's decision to say, yeah, we're going to play Stake ads in every single video. That's a great idea, guys. Like, come on. It's so because I'm sure it annoyed so many people immediately. I was like one of the first comments saying like, guys, the stake ads, come on. Like, I like this channel, but this is really this is deterring from it. Cause it's just like, I get it. Cool. You're sponsored by Stake. You could just say it in the freaking video. You don't have to play the commercial 2-3 times in one video. So it's a little overkill. But
I commented the same thing too on their channel. I was like, come on, guys. Yeah.
So,
so what is your view with stake and actually what's going on there, with that scenario?
It's I mean, you could say all kinds of things, and I don't want to say and accuse or either jump the gun or say anything that's like, oh, but it's already been said, they could have been hacked. If the company's not a fully registered, if it's not I don't know how registered they are with the United States in terms of I don't even know if they're a United States company. Is it a Canadian company?
I'm not actually sure.
I have no idea. So in terms of that, I mean, they would have to they'd have to file a report, right? Or something. So and then it is ironic that right when this happens with the BitBoy, scandal debacle, that all of a sudden 41 million just kind of goes missing. And it's like, that could be a total money grab from stake.com themselves, where they were like, okay, we might see our numbers and everything go down with BitBoy not being on the channel or Ben Armstrong being on the channel. And we got to cut and run real quick before things get bad.
Yeah.
How can you do that? We got hacked. So, we got hacked. And so, I suspected that with a few projects that I invested in a little while back. Ariva is a travel coin that had a massive hack in their staking website. They had everyone staking the Ariva, and then they had a massive hack, and in order to get your Ariva coins back, you had KYC.
What?
Yeah.
Did you get them back? Did you KYC and get them back?
I did because I was invested in that project to because I thought it was gonna just moon, I thought it was gonna be something that was gonna crank. So I thought, okay, it might be worth getting back, but let's say not the case, but
Sure.
yeah, it's
It hasn't
interesting.
been.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but with Ben Armstrong, you know, he obviously, this is, you know, breaking news as well. You know, he started his own channel. He got he didn't get back his original Twitter, but now he has his own Twitter, Ben Armstrong Crypto, and it's called Ben Armstrong X. And now he's promoting his own full platform that's just going to be under his name. He says it's going to be low production. Also, that it's just going to be more about how it used to be, like how he used to do content. So we'll see. What do you think about that?
wow, that's incredible. Actually, that's the first I'm hearing of that, and you know, it makes me ask because obviously he came out and Carl showed that little snippet of that little 8-minute snippet of him and his wife. You know,
Yeah.
him coming out and just being open in public about, you know, what he did.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really amazing that he could be publicly open about his life like that to his massive community. And I think by him starting his own channel there, I can see that in your screen there on the right hand
Yeah,
side.
I'm trying to find it. It's kind of, it's for some reason it's not, it does not want to pop up. It's been really hard to find, I guess, because of the, because it's like brand new. So
Yeah, I'm sure.
oh well,
So
maybe if I go to, let me go to Armstrong, Ben Armstrong X. Okay, and then yeah, so you can see now this is his new one. He has 17,000.4 followers, and it was just created, you know, this month. So
yeah,
brand new.
exactly.
All right, so
Yeah.
now here's the link. So now, okay, and here's the video. This is the new channel, folks.
Incredible.
Let's get to work and make that money. All right.
So, okay, so I take it he's completely separated. There's no going back. He's now on his own mission, and
Yeah.
that's what's about to happen.
Yeah. And also I think maybe the BitBoy crypto channel I feel like they might rebrand. They might rebrand into just into a different name, possibly. It's hard to say.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, yeah, because BitBoy, like that was Ben Armstrong in a sense, like he was BitBoy. And now that is dead, apparently, because that's what he mentioned in this video. He's like, it's dead, you know, BitBoy, you know, it's dead. So we'll see. I think if Ben is smart, what he'll do is let them rebrand that channel, and they do their around the blockchain. You know, they have multiple channels. It's not just, you know, there's all these different channels that are under that Hit Network, you know, moniker deal. So it'd be cool if they invite him as Ben Armstrong Crypto onto around the blockchain to kind of just get back into the swing, you know. Well, I think that would be a very interesting.
Yeah.
And if they're smart, they know they would get like 4,000 live stream concurrent viewers. Because right now they're only getting about 1,000. They're only getting about 1,000. If they bring Ben on, they're probably going to get 4,000. I experienced that. I experienced the wave of Ben fans in the Moon show. I said, you know, my opinions about Ben, and oh my gosh, they were lighting my ass up in the chat. It was pretty brutal. It was pretty brutal because a lot of the people that were Ben fans were in the chat, and they were just like. So yeah, it just shows that, you know, Ben does have a lot of supporters, and but yeah, at the same time, it's just like, yeah, it's good that he came clean with his mistakes and everything, and he's trying to, you know, recoup from all of this, but I just don't think he should play too much of the victim. He shouldn't play too much any of the victim, you know, saying, oh, this all, because the first thing he says in this video that kind of made me go, he's like, all this stuff happened to me. It was like, no, nothing happened to you. You know, I 100% believe that anything that is, you know, it's mostly, it's probably your fault. And you gotta reconcile with the decisions that you made. And I've had to do that a lot. And sometimes it's embarrassing, you know.
It can definitely, and that can bring you to the heat of the moment. So, you know, I wish Ben Armstrong good luck with his new channel and his new path.
Me too.
And yeah, I hope that he has an incredible journey ahead. I hope he gets those followers that were so basically just all Ben Armstrong and all focused on him, that he brings that right back to the pizza oven, and makes the community a really good pizza there, because that will keep the crypto space sort of ignited, I would say, because I think, he was one of the biggest in the space. He has been one of the longest standing in the space. And I think he has a lot of the crypto knowledge and energy that the crypto space still needs. He's still that fighter for the crypto community. So crypto needs that.
Yeah. He's like the Alex Jones of crypto. That's what I kind of compare him to, almost like that. He's kind of like the Alex Jones of crypto. You kind of want to love him and hate him at the same time. And that's kind of how that's kind of how I felt about him. The thing is like, I went to Atlanta to meet the guy, to potentially want to collaborate and work with him. But I came into a hornet's nest. I didn't realize I was coming into like a company about to fall apart, and have a complete, meltdown. So literally came into that a month and a half before it happened. So it was just like bad timing. So maybe, I was talking to my wife about it. I was like, maybe I'll get a chance to meet a new Ben, and we'll see if he's how I used to view him, because I same thing, like you said, I've watched him for a while, and I watched Ivan on Tech, BitBoy, Windio, and I used to watch Journey Crypto. That's one that was like huge. Love Journey Crypto. There's Crypto Tony Crypto, and yes. I don't know if you remember his channel, but he doesn't make any videos anymore because I don't think he has to. He made his money, so he launched this. I don't know if you guys remember that, but yeah, Journey Crypto, huge. I mean, he launched his NFT project and built up this community. And I mean, I haven't heard from him since. I don't know if he just cut and run, but yeah. Let me know guys in the chat if you guys remember Journey Crypto and Crypto Tony. That's where I when he would drop a video, I was on it. I was like, yes, like.
So tell me, I want to know, you've obviously been hearing and seeing the continuation of the FUD of Binance, and just recently obviously got, I can't just bring his name, I can't remember his name for now, but the dude, the gentleman that continuously basically creates fight in the market, and then whenever he says it's down, you should actually be buying, because that's
Jim Cramer.
That's his name. I can remember it for a moment.
Yeah, the Cramer indicator, the Cramer reverse indicator. I've thought about using ChatGPT to figure out how to pull tweets from Jim Cramer immediately when he does it, or pull the market sentiment for Jim Cramer, and then it puts it into a line chart where you should buy and sell. Maybe the most popular indicator on any market.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
So what are your views there? I mean, obviously he said Binance. I mean, and he said the same thing before FTX just collapsed. So he's saying the same thing now about Binance. What do you think that your views are there? I mean, Binance is the biggest exchange in the entire crypto system. So this would be epic.
Yeah. Let's look at Binance right now. I mean, we look at let's go to BNB. BNB is at $214. We know that BNB saw two different all-time highs at $624 here, $650. I mean, this is when it was just popping off right here. So, and then you think just Binance as an exchange, we look and we see that it has the most volume out of all of the exchanges when it comes to spot and trading volume. So the trading volume on Binance is $4,854,000,000. That's a lot. That's a lot of dough. And so that's literally like, I mean, what percentage of the market would you say is in Binance? And Coinbase being a nice second.
I actually said, yeah. So I actually saw something on CoinGecko that was saying that Binance actually has about 82% of the market liquidity, or the market volume. traded through its platform. So if it loses 82%, I mean, if the market loses that, and just in my personal view, I don't think anything's going to happen with Binance. I think Binance is the key player in this sector. I think they're trying to squash them out, but because Binance is, I mean, look at the score that they've got there. They're 9 out of 9. They're better than a listed exchange. So, I mean, they're crushing them by 1.5 points, basically. So, for me, I think the fight can continue, but I think Binance is here to stay. I mean, they've been one of the longest standing.
Yeah, I believe that as well. CZ is a boss. I think every time that he gets hit with something, I think he has a response. Instead of having a response of no, we haven't done that, he just keeps building and he adds another service. That's what's so cool. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but every time Binance will get this major FUD, they'll go, we've now started doing this. And they're just like, we're not stopping. I think it shows that they're just like, look, you can keep hitting us with this, but we're just going to keep going. And we're going to keep offering services and ways for our customers to provide what our customers want. And they want to be in crypto. So I think that's what's cool about Binance, but we cannot be naive and think that Binance can't go down, because Ivan even says, Ivan on tech, Ivan, he's like, I thought the same way when FTX, he was like, nope, never, it's never going to go. There's so much money in this behind this project. A lot of people thought this. I mean, Tom Brady, millions, all these celebrities, millions. They were just like, yes, this guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, he's the crypto savior. He's talking to politicians. Look what he's doing. And look where he is now. He's in jail and is the biggest scam in crypto that we've ever seen. So massive. People were just like, there were people that were tipping off, but at the same time, there were less people saying that it was a scam opposed to like this giant bubble of people that were invested in it. So we just have to be careful with Binance still in that regard. It's just like, don't, just have a little bit of a reserve. You don't have to be 100%, but it's safe to have a little bit of reserve. So I would say,
caution.
Don't always listen to the FUD, but you can keep a little ear out,
Exactly.
Yeah. If I would have kept 2 ears out with the FUD for Voyager, I would have been like, get it off quick. Yeah.
I was actually, it's so funny that you say that, because I was watching, I don't know if you know Crypto Love.
Love. Yes, I believe so. We can look it up real quick. It's Crypto Love.
Also, he's also an American crypto YouTuber.
Oh, right here. This is it.
Yeah,
okay.
That guy.
Yeah. He's got big following. Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing, and the content that he brings is very, very powerful. He speaks to the gents over at Tokenomics. What's it called? The yellow and black company. I forgot that company again. Anyways, he speaks to them quite often, and Bill Noble. He speaks to Bill Noble quite often, and he brings a lot of very good positive information. And he was recommending what's the company? Celsius. He was recommending Celsius, and basically Celsius came out and they said, okay, everything is okay. And Crypto Love was recommending the channel and the sponsorship, and he said he had money in it, and that's why I put some money in it. I was like, okay, it's a big YouTuber, it's safe to do that. And honestly, I still love the guy. It's not his fault at all, and that's what we say on the channel to you, beautiful community. We do not recommend things that are financial advice, but we're showing you what we do, even if we lose money.
Yeah, that's exactly. So yeah, exactly. Like we showed you Rollbit today. We're not telling you to buy Rollbit. We're not telling you to buy any of these projects. We're just saying, hey, this is what is popular. This is what's happening in the market. This is something that, hey, if you haven't seen it, you're getting it from us, It's the whole
point. And, I think it must have been about a month and a half after he'd really promoted it quite heavily, and I got whacked by Celsius. I put in quite a chunk of money into Celsius and got a whack. And this is the kind of stuff that happens, guys. So yes, Celsius and the likes of FTX. FTX was one of the biggest players, but they certainly not like Binance. I mean, FTX, I think, had 29 billion in their portfolio. And at the time of trading, at that exact same time, Binance had something like 98 billion on their portfolio. So they were still
Yeah.
3x what FTX is. So
Yeah.
they're massive.
And yeah, and you just reminded me of something about that with their balance sheet. That 29 billion, I think a lot of that was in FTT tokens. And so
Exactly.
that was, so what they did is they made a honey pot. They made a you know, basically where they put this, you know, put all of this money in a pot that was FTT money that was just minted out of nothing. And they encouraged people that were like, oh, you got to throw this money in. You got to put it in. Like literally there's a audio conversation of Sam Bankman-Fried explaining this. He was like, you get everyone pumped up about a money in a pot, and then, you know, you're putting more in, and then we get more out. And that was the idea. So true Ponzi scheme economics right there. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So I guess what the difference with Binance is that, you know, what they do is they hold 1-to-1 what their customers want on the exchanges. So they hold a lot of SHIB tokens. They hold a lot of Dogecoin. They hold a lot of the most popular coins because of the fact that that's what people want. So, and then they had a lot of BUSD, and that's in controversy, you know, with what the BUSD is. But apparently BUSD is backed 1-to-1 by a cash reserve that's in a Metropolitan Bank or something in New York or something when it comes to Binance.us. So yeah, it's like, I think they back it up, you know. I believe them. I don't believe the FUD. I'm Team CZ.
Yeah, Team CZ.
We kind of have to be. We kind of have to be. If that's the case, 82% of the market, shit, we gotta be Team CZ, you know.
Absolutely.
But all right. I think, Yari, we've had an awesome conversation this live stream. I think we covered, you know, a good portion of the market, talked about some altcoins, talked about some news. I think if someone watched this live stream, they'd get a little piece of everything. And I think we didn't give Bitcoin its rightful chart show. So we're going to do that right now. And I think if you see here that we clearly bear dived off of that trend line there, you see that we just went Kapowski right down.
Yep.
And look at this fake out. And this is like what you see here is just like true fake out right here, where you had a 7% pump. And then this is where you're like, okay, it's going to get back to the trend. We're going to get back in. We're going to start going like this and stepping back into 30,000. That's what everyone thought. And then everyone's like, no, bad news. Oh my gosh. So you can see here that we have, what is this? A lot of the times, you know, we have these news events, but that's nothing special.
Yeah.
And then, but you can see here, we filled that gap. I have this box here because that was a CME gap. There was one here and there was one here at around the 20,000 mark. And you can see here, I circled these. That was previous support. And this is where we're sitting right now. We're sitting at basically previous support levels right here. And it could be that we could go back to 24,900 because now that we're sitting at this 25,700, 800 level, we're kind of skirting now. What do you think?
It's amazing. Can I share my screen with you as well? Quickly, I'll show you something on my chart.
Yeah, let me stop mine. Go ahead. We'll flip flop.
Let me go in there and okay, I'm gonna have a look at that. Okay, I think I'm showing the wrong screen. Let's go this one. Okay, so basically what I saw here in this particular chart, so I've actually looked at that beautiful Tomi as well, that Tomi coin.
Oh, yeah. I've been seeing that. Yeah.
So if we come into look at the boxes here, so I've been looking at Bitcoin heavily on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we're looking in a very, very good buy position as we currently speak. Right now, as we're speaking, we can see here that we're busy breaking this white box that has held support since the 17th of August, basically. So if we close this candle underneath this box, yes, I think we actually due for a little bit of a fall. I do think that fall is going to be in alignment with what you said at the bottom of this candle, which is 24,900.
That previous low support. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then at that point, I think this RSI would pull down enough for us to get some sort of bounce off of that level. to give us that pattern that would then bring us back to this lower resistance level here. I think, you know, the lower lows are busy building at the moment. So this is, in my personal view, it's a flippin' phenomenal accumulation zone right now. And it doesn't matter.
100%.
Can go down to 20,000 guys down here, 22,000, the green line here. I think we're in for a juicy accumulation point. Any lower prices than this at the moment.
Yeah, I 100% agree. You know, you just have to zoom out with Bitcoin. If you're in it for the long term, you're just wanting to stack sats. And I think, you know, there's different strategies and different plans that you can implement. You know, there's the rinse and repeat strategy where you can say, hey, I look at these cycles. I know that there's buy and sell points where I want to accumulate more. And if I do want to accumulate more and not just say, okay, I bought one Bitcoin, I'm going to hold it. And if you held that one Bitcoin till it's all-time highs of the highs of the highs, okay, cool. You have now $100,000. But if you were to trade and sell Bitcoin in the moments where you know it's going to go down, you could have $300,000 because you were able to sell your Bitcoin at the top, or at least somewhere at the top, reaccumulate down at the closest lows you can possibly try and get. And then now you have more Bitcoin. So I know that strategy is old and has been beaten dead horse in crypto, but I know a lot of the times it's easier said than done. But because it takes some emotion to do it, you have to go, okay, I'm going to sell this right now. But then but you don't sell it all. You just sell a portion. You sell little portions. It still helps you get your sats. And you could do that with a lot of things, with a lot of altcoins, especially altcoins. That's probably the one you'd really want to do it with, because then these altcoins pump, they dump quicker. When altcoin, when Bitcoin goes down 3%, we can see altcoins go down like 10%, 15%. Yep. It's happened Absolutely. So many times. So, but all right, guys. And Chiari, thank you so much for being on this live stream. We definitely got to do this more often. I think this was a nice flow. Thanks for kind of jumping in and giving me some questions and, getting me to, flip. We're kind of flipping being hosts. So I love that.
Incredible. I love the show.
Yeah, man. And you guys, let me know in the comments if you want Chiari back on the live stream. And should we add some more people in the community, and we could just have a big hangout, and we can always do this, have it on a scheduled day. Let me know what times you guys like watching crypto content. That's always good for me to know, so I can launch videos right when you want them. It's always good to get those analytics. And I just want you guys to be blessed. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what you do. I want you guys to be blessed by the Almighty God and the universe for some positive energy in your life. And I hope whatever goals you're going towards, you can make some steps and accomplish some things to get closer to that goal today and the next day.
Absolutely incredible. Small steps, 1% better every single day over a year is crazy compounding, guys. So thank you for being here with us today, and we look forward to seeing you on future shows ahead. Thank you too, Dano. Appreciate your time too.
Yeah, man. Of course. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I love doing this. It's so much fun. And yeah, I will see you in the next stream.
Take care.
All right. Peace, peace.
Peace, man.